Hello children, in this video we are going to study about the executive powers and judicial powers of president or the governor. In the first video, in the last class we discussed about the official head of the executive and qualification of the official head, then what was the procedure of appointment and the term of office, then official residence of president and governor, then legislative powers we discussed in the first video. And here in this class I am going to explain about the executive powers of president and governor. Actually the president and governor, they are the official head only. The decisions are taken by the council of ministers. So all the decisions of the union executive are carried out in the name of the president in the union level, and in the state level the decisions are taken or carried out in the name of the governor. And all the high ranking officials of the executive are appointed either by the president or by the governor. All the high ranking officials, the high officers are appointed by president, or in the state level governor is appointing. So these are the two executive powers of president and governor. First one, in the important decisions, or all the decisions of the union executive are taken in the name of president in the union level, and in the state level the governor is taken all the decisions. Actually the council of ministers are taking the decision. He is the nominal head only. President and governor, they are the nominal head only. And second one, the appointment of high officers of the executive, they are appointed by the president in the union level, and the governor by the state level. Okay. And next one, the judicial powers. The president on an appeal for mercy can reduce the sentence of or grant pardon to any person sentenced by the court within Indian territory. The government or the court, if they had given the punishment, the president, they can cancel the punishment, or he can reduce the sentence of or grant pardon to the person sentenced by the court within Indian territory. Okay. And the president, he can change the decision that taken by the court, or he can change a death sentence. And the governor, in the state level, the governor can grant pardon to or reduce the sentence of a person sentenced under the law of the state. However, he cannot change a death sentence. The president, he can change the death sentence in the union level, and the state level, or the governor, he cannot change a death sentence. Okay. These are the judicial powers of president and governor. And next one, emergency powers of the president. The president, on the advice of the council of ministers, can declare a state of general emergency if the country is threatened by an attack from outside or disturbance within, or the financial crisis. At the time of financial crisis in the union level, the president, he can take the decision. He can declare emergency, but he need advice of the council of ministers. With the permission of council of ministers only, the president, he can declare emergency. When the president, he can declare emergency at the time of attack from outside, or disturbance within the country, or the financial crisis. These are the three situations the president, he can declare general emergency with the advice of the council of ministers. And the second, when there is breakdown of law and order in a state, the president can take over the administration of the state. This situation is called the president's rule. At the time or where there is a breakdown of law in the state level, the president, he can take over the administration, and this situation is called president's rule. So what are the emergency powers of the president? He can declare general emergency at the time of attack from outside, or disturbance within, or financial crisis, and he can take over the administration of the state at the time of breakdown of law and order in a state. So these are the two emergency powers of the president. And what are the discretionary powers of the governor? The governor is a respective of the union's government, and sometime act of the order of the president. The governor, he is the representative of the union government. Okay. President is appointing. Okay. He is appointed by the union level. and he has some discretionary powers also. Sometimes he can take his own decisions. Because of this, he can on certain occasion take decision without consulting the council of ministers. Okay, in some time he did not want to ask the permission from the council of ministers. The governor can recommend the president's rule in the state when. In the previous paragraph we discussed about the president's rule. At the time of breakdown of law in a state, the president he can take over the administration of the state, and the governor he can recommend president's rule when the council of ministers loses the confidence of the legislative assembly and no other party can form a ministry. This is the first situation. The council of ministers, they lost the confidence of the legislative assembly and no other party can form a ministry. The second chance is the governor feels that there is a complete breakdown of law and order in the state. Okay, and the governor he can recommend president's rule in the state at the time of complete breakdown of law and order in the state, and this situation is called president's rule. Okay, and now we are going, now up to here we discussed about the powers of president and the governor, and now we are going to study about the role of vice president. What is the role of vice president? The vice president of India officiate as the president in the president's absence. At the time or when the president is absent, the vice president of India officiate as the president in India or in the president's absence. If the president dies, resigns or removed for some reason, the vice president acts as the president. At the time when the president dies or he resigned or he removed from the position because of some reasons, on that time the vice president he acts as the president till the new president is elected. And the vice president is also the chairman of Rajya Sabha. Vice president is also the chairman of Rajya Sabha. This is the role of vice president. He acts as president at the time or the president, if the president dies or the president resigns or removed from his position from some reason. Okay, and what is the qualification and the term of office of vice president? The members of both houses of parliament elect the vice president of India. Upper house and lower house of the parliament elect the vice president. To become the vice president, he should be a citizen of India. That is the first qualification, and he should be at least 35 years old and qualified to a member of the Rajya Sabha, and the vice president is elected for a term of 5 years, and he can resign by addressing a letter of resignation to the president of India. And he is elected for 5 years. He is elected for 5 years, and if he want to resign, or he can resign by addressing a letter of resignation to the president of India. And who is the real head of executive? We discussed about president and governor. They are the nominal head only, and now we are going to study about the real head of the executive. Who are the real head of executive? The party that wins the majority of seats in the Lok Sabha is invited by the president to form the union government, and the party that wins the majority of seats in a state legislative assembly is invited by the governor of the state to form state government. In the central level, president invite the person or the party that wins the majority of seats for form the union government. In the state level, governor is inviting the members who got the or who win the majority of seats in the state level for making state government. In the central level, president is inviting, and in the state level, governor is inviting. And if no party wins, if the both party got same vote, or if no party wins a clear majority, or two or more party may come together to form a coalition government. If no party wins a clear majority or both party got same votes, at that time two or more party may together form a government, and it is called coalition government. And the majority party in Lok Sabha chooses the prime minister in India. Of the majority party in the state legislative assembly chooses the chief minister of state. The majority party in Lok Sabha, they chooses prime minister, and in the state level, the state legislative assembly chooses the chief minister. Okay, the president and The governor act of the advice of the prime minister and chief minister respectively. The prime minister is real head of the central executive and the chief minister is the real head of state executive. The prime minister, he is the real head in the union level or in the central level. In the state level, the chief minister is the real head. Who is the nominal head? Who was the nominal head in the union level? The president was the nominal head in the union level, and the governor, he was the nominal head in the state level, and the real head, president, prime minister is the real head in the union level, and the chief minister, he is the real head of union state level. Okay. And here we discussed about vice president, the role of vice president. At the absence of president, the vice president act as president until the new president is elected. And qualification also we discussed, person has to be a citizen of India, at least 35 years old, and qualified to be a member of Rajya Sabha. And we discussed about the real head, the president, he was the nominal head, the prime minister, he is the real head, and in the state level the governor is the nominal head and the chief minister is the real head. Okay. And what are the functions of prime minister? The prime minister selects some members of the parliament to form a council of ministers at the central level. The prime minister, he select some members of the parliament for making or for forming the council of ministers at the central level. The chief minister, he select members of the state legislative from or to form council of ministers at the state level. The prime minister, he inviting or he selecting council of ministers at the central level. In the state level, chief minister, he is selecting, and the ministers are then formally appointed by the president at the central and the governor at the state level. Okay. The prime minister presides over the central council of ministers and coordinate work. In the state level, chief minister coordinate the work. In the state level, chief minister, and in the central level, prime minister, he presides and coordinate its work. And the president exercises his powers on the advice of the prime minister, and governor exercises powers on the advice of chief minister. The president, he exercises his powers on the advice of the prime minister, and the governor exercises his powers on the advice of chief minister. Okay. These are the important things related with this lesson. We discussed about the executive powers of president and governor, and the judicial powers of president and governor, then emergency powers of president and governor, then discretionary powers. Then we discussed about the vice president and qualification of vice president and the real head of executive, and functions also we discussed in this class. All of you please read up to here, very easy to understand, and if you have any doubt about this part, you can ask in the comments. Okay children.